Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here with another deck review. So I hope you are all doing well. Today I want to be talking about the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck. Now I had my eye on this, I didn't pre-order it, I just waited a little bit, I was trying to be reasonable, and then my willpower just abandoned me and I ordered it. But I'd be glad to say that I don't regret it. So this is the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck. It's got 52 cards and a guidebook, and it is by Jessica Roux, and this is how the box looks like. It's a two-part box with the slots on the sides, so very nice. And here's the back. And it says, inspired by history, folklore and mythology, artist Jessica Roux's debut Oracle deck transports seekers to another time and place, offering insight rooted in the magic of Flora and Fauna. And it is published by Andrews Macmillan Publishing. It says here that it retails at $19.99 USA and $26.99 for our Canadian friends. So 55 cards is good for me. I don't like Oracle decks that are under 40. The box is divine, as you can see when you open it. Look at the detail. You can see the little plants. It's very, very nice. This is the inside of the box. So let me grab everything to show you the inside of the box, where it says that Jessica Roux is a Nashville-based freelance illustrator and the author of Floriography, an illustrated guide to the Victorian language of flowers. She loves exploring in her own backyard and being surrounded by an abundance of nature. Using subdued colors and rhythmic shapes, she renders flora, fauna, and much more in a richly detailed, old-world style. A seasoned reader of tarot, she loves to include hidden symbolism inspired by the Rider-Waite-Smith deck in her illustrations. So this gives you an idea of, where she's at with her Oracle deck. And the box, as I said, is very good quality. So I'm going to put timestamps below, as I always do. So if I'm boring you with my talk and the guidebook, you can jump right to the cards if that's what you're here for. If you're not, then let's have a look at the guidebook first. So it is actually quite nice, quite chunky, beautifully illustrated. And it opens up with a little dedication here that says, to my studio mates at the Warren, a make space where I made my closest friends, which I thought was rather nice. And then we have the table of contents. It's written rather small. You've got introduction, how to use the cards and guidebook, and suggested spreads, and then all of the cards' meanings, and then acknowledgements and the author bio. So you can see it's very pretty. I mean, you can see she's someone who loves nature, who's into plants and animals. It really translates nicely into her artwork, in my opinion anyway. So here you get a little bit about how the idea of doing this oracle came about and what the author's background is, really. Then you move on to how to use the cards in the guidebook. And so she gives you, lots of little tips on what to do. She even suggests carrying the wardens with you. Keeping an eye out for familiar visitors, which I thought was quite a cute idea, actually. And then you have suggested spreads. Now you get your a standard 1-card pool daily, the 3-card pool, past, present, future. But you also get the 4-card pool, which I thought was kind of a cool idea. Past season, current season, next season, and following season, which I like. And then in combination with tarot, 6-card pool, which I really enjoyed. I've obviously practiced it before talking about it, and I got some really nice insights from that. So yeah, I was happy about it. Then we move on to the cards' meanings. So you've got, it's in black and white, but actually, not black and white. It's a bit creamy and grey. It has that vintage look, which is why I wasn't surprised when I read that she was, into the Victorian language of flowers. You really see it in her artwork and the way the guidebook was done. So let's say, for instance, you look at the first card, the Mouse and Buttercup. It's very interesting to see what she's got to say about it. So you've got a little blurb about it, about the plant and the animal. You've got the upright meaning, and also the reversed meaning. And then you've got 2 questions to consider. So what do I hope to learn on this new path, and what potential dangers should I look out for? And I really like that because I think it really adds to the meaning of the cards. And so, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you do have this format for all of them, which I thought was really cool. Interesting. And then we have the acknowledgements, and then the offer bio, and that's the lovely Jessica here. So that's the little guidebook for you, which I'm going to put on the side here. And now the cards. So for Oracle cards, they are not too big, which I was so happy about. I really like oracles that come in 2 boxes like this that are not too big. I have average size hands, but some of my tarot decks are about this size, the one that are not standard. So it's slightly wider, but it's not tall, so they can be shuffled really nicely, which is a big plus for me. The back of the cards is that beautiful dark green with the flowers in sepia color, honey color, which I love. Not gilded, but that's not a problem for me. And it's matte stock, and they are fairly flexible, so it's a nice cardstock. It's going to be really nice to handle. So let's start. So we've got the mouse and buttercup, and this, as you can see here, talks about innocence. And I like this because, well, buttercups are associated with childhood. When you put them under your chin, and if it's yellow, it means you love butter. That kind of thing. So I really like that. And you can clearly see the inspirations from the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's the full energy. Number 0, same thing. So I like how you can use the characteristic of the animal and the flowers to gain even more meanings, and obviously the numbers as well. And I use numerology a lot, so I really enjoy that. Then you've got the cat and lavender for independence. And again, lavender in the Victorian language of flowers can represent distrust and the need to look inwards to, be able to think independently, and cats are independent. So I thought that was such a beautiful combination. Now obviously I'm not going to do this with all the cards, but just to give you an idea of the vibe of the Oracle deck. Number 2 is the spider and passion flower, creative ingenuity. Number 3, the hare and oak, new opportunities. Number 4, the bear and cedar, leadership. Number 5, the sheep and blackberry, devotion. Number 6, the frog and lotus, metamorphosis. Then you have the chipmunk and laurel, success. The elk and ash, strength. The weasel and pine, introspection. The duck and chrysanthemum, luck. Sorry if I killed that word. The goat and willow, overcoming obstacles. I have a thing for goats. I think they're amazing creatures. I love their tenacity. The lizard and pitcher plant, stagnation. The moth and eucalyptus, an ending. The vulture and asphodel, upheaval. The deer and oat, healing. The crow and dogwood, intelligence. The salamander and black pepper, inspiration. And I mean, look at the artwork. It's so delicate. I love it. I think she conveys her love for nature, flora, animals really beautifully in her deck. The boar and pumpkin, confidence. The bat and hellebore, intuition. The cayman and poppy, dreams. The skunk and magnolia, protection. The owl and hop, wisdom. The hound and pear, loyalty. The marten and foxglove, mischief. Look how cute this is. the wolf and rosehip, guardianship, the bee and pomegranate, productivity, the fox and ivy, adaptability, the opossum and peony, bashfulness, the squirrel and chestnut, preparation, the beaver and birch, home. That's just so sweet. The turtle and coriander, satisfaction, the badger and ginkgo, that's how I would say it in French, healing wounds, the raccoon and sycamore, curiosity, the snake and fern, starting over, the ladybug and sweet pea, happiness, the finch and peach, romance, the coyote and datura, deceit, the porcupine and anemone or anemone, boundaries, the otter and cattail, peace, the bobcat and blackthorn, patience. I really like how some of them have a black background and others have whiter backgrounds. I find that interesting. The snail and huckleberry, trusting the invisible. The heel and iris, safety. That's a beautiful iris. The trout and the lily of the valley, purification. The hawk and thistle, graceful persistence. The antelope and wheat, nourishment. The butterfly and snowdrop, hope. The rooster and sunflower, communication. The dragonfly and pansy, balance. The horse and bluebell, modest fortitude. The ram and dahlia, or dahlia, depending on where you're from, determination. The quail and gooseberry, anticipation. So, yeah, that's the cards. Now, I bought this deck, I've got to be honest with you, because I wanted to pair it with one of my favorite tarot decks, which is the Stolen Child Tarot, which I have reviewed, and I'll leave you a card at the end of this video if you want to check it out. Now, this is a beautiful tarot deck that has no human objects. That's the back. And it's all about animals and children. And so I was thinking, I'd really like an oracle deck that I could clarify with my tarot deck. So if you, for instance, take this, I don't know, this, and this, and this, and look at how it looks with the Woodland Wardens, I personally think it works really nicely, because if you put the oracle in the middle, look how nicely this looks. The art really blends in. So I was really, you know, this was what motivated me, and I am not disappointed. You see, it really works nicely with it. So that was what triggered my interest and pushed me, you know, in the end to actually get it. But actually, the oracle itself is incredible. I got some really nice readings done with it for myself. And yeah, so that was what I bought it. But I definitely recommend it as an oracle deck. I think it's beautifully illustrated. The meanings are really interesting with the questions at the bottom of the page to get you to reflect. It comes in a really nice box. It's not too big, not too bulky. It's a really nice deck, and it's not expensive, $19. I mean, you know, I've noticed oracle decks have gone up recently in the 20s, so, you know, $22, that kind of thing. So I thought for the price, it's such a good bargain, and it's a beautiful, beautiful soft, in the artwork anyway, deck, which I find very interesting and enjoy using at the moment. So let me know what you think. Have you bought it? Are you considering buying it? Yeah, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. I wish you a great day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.